Well, good morning, magandang umaga, and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. Starting out here down in the basement, because we're going to talk a little bit about the importance of a basement this morning. At least what I think is the importance of building a basement, especially in a place that doesn't normally build basements, which is the Philippines, and how it could be a new trendsetter. Anyway, I got some stuff going on the workbench over there, some batteries being charged. I got to get the truck out. We're going to back it out here just a minute into the yard and do a washing. I haven't done hardly any washing on it this year, and the convenience factor of just pulling right out of the garage and right back in the garage is a big deal for me. So anyway, let's go ahead and get today's episode started. Now, without further delay, let's get today's video underway. Okay, I just turned off the battery charger, so hopefully it's a little more quiet down here inside the basement. That charger unit really, the fan blowing inside it really makes a lot of noise. So, the importance of a basement or a garage, that's what we're going to talk about this morning. I have a lot of people who ask me the question, why did you build a basement? Why did you build a garage? Also, are you able to keep the water out of it? Well, you know, the most important thing is keeping your basement waterproof, keeping the water out. And there's ways to do that. It all has to do with engineering, designing your basement so that you have water evacuation. And that's what we did. If you go back to the original videos of the build of Villa Feliz, you'll see, especially towards the end, it was a particular point that we made sure we had all the pipes down, that any type of water that would set up inside the ground, go into like a French pipe drain type of a system, troughs, all PVCs that take all the water and make the water go down to, or facilitate the water to go down to the storm sewer. And we've had no problem in 3 years since we built Villa Feliz, so it's worked very well. Now, the importance of a basement. To me, I'm just going to do a quick little 360-degree walk around. You'll see all the way around. This is the basement, if I don't trip as we're going around. But this is where I have all my tools. This is my play area and my workspace as well. You can see it's a mess. My workbench is a mess right now, but that's what workbenches are for. Now, can you imagine if you didn't have a garage or you didn't have a workspace that you could do that? It'd be hard pressed to be able to find spaces to put all this gear that you need for projects that you had. Now, if you're not a project person, or if you're a person with a lot of resources, and when I say a lot of resources, a lot of money, you don't worry about things like that. You just pay for somebody to do all the tasks that you want. Any building, working on your vehicle, which as you see, I have my oil here. I have my Toyota synthetic oil and filter, and I'm going to be doing the oil change also very soon on my truck here, on the Hilux we have sitting here behind us. So, but for right now, I have some tasks at hand. And you see on the bench, I have all the pieces for the landscape lighting that we're going to do, the highlight, the Bahay Kubo and the coconut trees in the backyard. Also, something I have to do this morning, I want to do a vehicle wash. My vehicle has not been washed in a long time. So we'll just open up the garage doors, drive right out on the pad, and the pad back there is, it is actually blocks, it's grass blocks that will allow the water to go down. Now, if for some reason there's saturation, say we get lots of rain, then the water goes into a French pipe system that goes into a trough that takes the water away through PVC down to the storm sewer. A lot of words, but it works. It works, and that's how it was designed. So when we wash the vehicle back there, the water will filter through the grass blocks into those French pipe system, if it even needs to. Maybe most of it will just go right down inside the ground. And it's just soapy water. It's not going to hurt anything. Grass has no problem with soapy water. So that's what I'm going to do this morning. But the thing I wanted to get the point I want to get across, it's really important to have workspace if you're a DIY kind of guy. And I applaud all of those people who are buying properties here in our subdivision. There's many subscribers. There are many subscribers who are purchasing properties. And one of the key things that they've translated over to their architect or to the builder is the reason I bought this lot. It's an elevated lot. It's on a slope, a specific specific grade, is because I want that feature. I want to do just like we did here. I want to have a garage, either a straight driving garage or some type of garage underneath, so my vehicle can be protected. I can work on my vehicle. I can work on projects around the house as well. So that's why I say it's really important. I want to show you one more thing before we close today. Do you remember that roll around cart that we did an episode? We went up to Manila. We got it's like a SATA roll around work cart for tools. I've actually been doing some upgrades inside there for some of the audio and video kits that we use here, either for the log or for the band. Let's take a look at that real quick. So if you remember this SATA roll around cart, well, it's not roll around anymore because I took all the wheels. I took the casters off and I mounted it. Well, I say mounted. I just mounted some blocks up underneath the bottom using that composite wood so it doesn't rot. We'll never have to worry about insects inside there. And if I have to pull it out, I can pull it out. Eventually I plan on putting cabinet doors here all the way around. And when I put the cabinet doors on there, everything will be kind of concealed back here, and this will all be cleaned. But as you can see inside, this is my area for my little pedals for the band. This has to do for the iPad, and you can watch up and down all your lyrics and things. Some processing equipment inside here. I also have inside here. This is for my vlogging. I'm using part of this system right now. I'm using the poles. You'll see there are little poles that look like this right here, but they're used for my vlogging. Everything is organized now. I don't have to look all over the house for all the different vlogging things that I need. Here's some of my audio processing equipment that I use for the band, as well as doing some professional or semi-professional digital recording. I can do 6 tracks of multi-layer track type of recording on this. I've actually produced some music with that as well, and maybe we'll introduce that one day on the channel. So anyway, I'm so happy that this is here now, and I can organize and find the things that I need when I need to find them. Something else I can't stress enough is having things like organization. Remember over there we did the organization on the SATA cart for instrument, equipment, things to keep everything organized. Well, also these as well. These are great to have. These little bins that you can pull down to hold your screws, bolts, nuts, hardware, anything that you might need, and it's easy to find. So, and it all fits well, nice and organized on the wall inside here next to the workbench. Again, I can't overemphasize the need for organization. So tool chests inside here for specific tools for something like this. I also have a bunch of plumbing tools inside here as well. Now before we get to the end of today's episode, we have to really address the main question of today's episode, and it's one of the biggest mistakes people make, whether it be the homeowner, whether it be the architect or the contractor, on sizing the appropriate size for your garage, whether it be a basement garage or just a standard garage. Now if you allow your architect or your contractor to design it for you with no input on your own, they are going to make the smallest space for your garage because they think it's not a real big feature. They think the things that you're going to want to be interested in are your kitchen and your bathroom and your living room, your living space. But this is also, if you are a DIY kind of a guy, you want to make sure that you have enough room because you're going to be spending a lot of time in this space as well. All the other places are important, but so is your garage, if you are the kind of a person who spends a lot of time in your garage, like myself. So anyway, the biggest mistake they do is they downsize, they downplay the need for a larger size garage. So when they give you your dimensions for your garage, for your vehicle, I am willing to bet that the size, the side to side, where you open your doors, you will not be able to extend your doors on both sides where it doesn't bang into the wall. And I will also say that you probably will have it, as far as depth goes, it's not going to be long enough for you to build a workbench and have your tools inside there where you're not parked right on top of it, where you can have your vehicle and your tools at the same time. Let's go ahead and walk around our build right here, and I'll show you kind of an example of what I recommend that you have your builder build for you. Now for this space back here, if you go from the back of the vehicle, probably right around here, to the front, this is 8 meters. You don't need a full 8 meters because I like a full 8 meters. I like this amount of space right here between the front of the vehicle and my workbench right here. You could cut this off. If you had to, you could cut this off by 1 meter and still have enough room kind of to get around here. So we'll say 7, a minimum of 7 meters for the where you would have a garage door to your back wall. Give you enough room for some workspace, workbench, whatever you want to put. Now, from side to side, we have almost 5 meters. You don't need 5 meters, but it's nice to have 5 meters. Now, when I open the door, you can see over here, if I open the door all the way, I have probably about a ½ meter left over here. Now, if you did less than 5 meters, say you did 4 meters, so if it was a 4x7, you would have enough room, and your door would probably, when you open it, it would probably almost touch, if you have the size of a vehicle like the Hilux right here. If you have a smaller vehicle, then you might be okay with a 4x7. But remember, if you have something like I do, if you have anything mounted to the wall, of course, it's going to hit it as well. So my recommendation for safety or for convenience, probably a 5x8, but a 4x7 would suffice. Nothing less than a 4 meter by 7 meter. Okay, I think I'm going to wrap up today's episode, but the important thing to get across is when you're thinking about designing your house or your upcoming build, if you are a DIY kind of a guy, think about that additional space all those years ahead. Do I have enough space to do those things that I like doing? Again, the basement down here for me, for us as a family, this is probably one of the most utilized places inside our house here at Villa Feliz. We really take advantage of the space, whether it be working on the vehicle, working on our hobbies. The tiki bar, as you know, is here. The multimedia room for the band setup and the movie theater and the gardening area back over there. All this area is just so multifunctional down here, and we find that it's very convenient. So think about that when you are thinking about building your next home, if you haven't already done that as well. Anyway, before we close down for today, I have one thing. I purchased some upgrade items for our live streaming. So our live streaming should go off a little bit better than the last one, which was the very first one when we had Bud Brown and Art Carlson here on our channel for that. So as soon as the new equipment comes in, I will show you that new equipment. We will probably do a review. I know we will do a review on the new stuff in case you want to do live streaming yourself. If you are a vlogger, or if you are not a vlogger, but you still want to do live streaming and have a good time with some of your friends or people that have common interests. So that will be coming up in some episodes very soon, hopefully. Anyway, I'm going to close from now. From down here in the basement, get that truck out and do some washing. You're not going to want to watch me wash the vehicle. So if you enjoyed today's video, please give me a thumbs up. Please share. And if you have not subscribed, just click on that little MPID dream heart in the bottom right hand side of your screen. You will be subscribed and notified the next time I upload a new video with the plane going right across the top of our house. So until such time, from here in the Philippines, you have a wonderful and blessed day. enjoyed today's episode and you would like to see more just like these, just click on one of the helpful links over to your right and you might be able to pick up on some good information on DIY projects, how to, or if you are interested in moving to the Philippines and building, you'll find answers there as well.